so we're good. No, she won't. It's just us three.
Oh, okay.
Cool. All right. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another little live here. So excited. Happy Lisa could join us. We were a little late, everybody, because I haven't talked to Lisa in literally, I can't remember
3 years
the last
probably.
So we got to gabbing, but I was like, we better go live to say hello to everyone. But yeah, this is just going to be kind of a quick one, everyone. I know we've done some long sprints this time, which was fantastic. Love doing that. But yeah, we'll just chat for maybe like a half hour, 45 minutes about all the books we read and everything, and then we'll let everybody go. So let's get started with everyone who's watching. Say hi here. Everyone's saying hi. I'll come back to this question in a second. People saying hi. Hey, Shan. Hello. But why don't you guys in the comments tell us what your favorite book is that you read? And I have a couple other questions to ask you guys later, but start with that. Tell us your favorite book, and we'll go through that anyway. Hey. Hi. Hey, friends. Oh, thanks for joining. Sunday night. Cool. So, Lisa, did you get some historical romance read? What did you read?
Yes, I did. I read, okay, let me do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait, hold on. Counted too fast. Forgot how to count. I read 9. Well, it was like actually, it was actually like 8. 9 was DNF because I was just like, fuck it. I don't want to finish this. But it's
you win. You beat me at least.
But you know what? The books that I picked, so right in the beginning, I needed to build momentum. So then the audiobooks that I picked were like only 6 hours long. So I finished those like really quickly. And then so yeah, I was kind of sticking with like under 10 hours for audiobooks.
What was your favorite?
Oh my gosh. It was this one called Mr. Malcolm's List by Suzanne Allen. And it got turned into a movie like a couple years ago, but it was like very random that I got turned into a movie because it didn't really gain too much attention. And then randomly it got turned into a movie very quickly. And then I got like a PR package from, I don't even know who sent it to me, but it was either the publisher or this media company. And then it was like this, like, I forget what the game is called, but like back in the Regency era times, they had these balls on the floor, and then you use the swing and it's like golf. Yeah, croquet. So I got like a whole set with instructions on how to play, and it was in promotion with Mr. Malcolm's List. And I got this, and I was like, first of all, don't even know how to take a nice photo of this stick for Instagram. Second of all, will not play it. Third of all, never read the book, and the book has bad ratings. So I was just like, I'm not gonna read it. And then I randomly picked it up during the Readathon because it was like available on Libby. I was like, whatever. But it was like such a fun read. It reminded me of like Emma by Jane Austen in a way where it's like matchmaking, and then the heroine makes like a lot of mistakes, and then she has to learn from it. And there was like a lot of different characters, and it was just such a fun read. So that was my favorite read.
Nice. I love that. Let's see a few here, and then I'll ask Rachel. Let me see what Shan said. Your favorite was The Lotus Palace. Yay. Oh, I'm so glad. And Seduce Me at Sunrise. Great. Here we have When Beauty Tamed the Beast by Eloisa James. Real good. Love that. Candace said she was torn between Tender Rebel. That's right. She liked this Joanna Lindsay. And that makes me excited because I have so many Joanna Lindsays that I have for nostalgia purpose, but I'm always scared to read them. I've only read 3 of her books total. Yeah. So love it. And The Ugly Duchess. Love it. Sweet Lullaby by Lorraine.
You read that one.
I know, me too. I'm going to go back to this front too. I missed this. You didn't participate, but you're reading The Air by Joanna Lindsay. Okay. That's what you were saying, the first person who popped in. Okay, Rachel, tell us your favorite, and then I'll do a couple more of the viewers too.
My favorite, I think I'm gonna go with Beyond Scandal and Desire by Lorraine Heath. I'm so excited to read the rest of the series. I already have the second book queued up. Here it is. Like, I am very, very excited to be reading Lorraine Heath again as well, because I hadn't read one of her books since like the end of 2022.
Yeah.
I want to say I just kept putting off reading some of her newer stuff. So yeah, really, really excited about this.
That's awesome. Cool. So I think mine really was the first one. I think the contracted spouse for the prize fighter is my favorite. I loved how unique the story was. I loved the heroine, and I did not think I was going to. But it's funny because I felt that way about every heroine in this series, I just realized, because I went back and read like my like quick reviews of it, and all 3 of these books I've been like, I didn't think I was gonna like this heroine. I'm like, well, I guess Alice has she has a thing she likes to do. She likes to write some difficult ladies and then win us over with them. But yeah, that was the one with like the theater and her getting married so that she can do her act that she wants to do. And I loved that one. So yeah, that one was probably my favorite one. Definitely underrated here. So Lisa said, you were in a slump reading this week, but your most enjoyable one was The Widow of Rose House. I have heard good things about
I love that book. I love it so much. It's a good one. The hero is a complete cinnamon roll. He's so sweet. And there's ghosts, and it's a fun time.
Yeah, I've heard that one's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Shan, well, that's not great. We don't want to hear that. I still have to read that one, but that's okay. That's okay. No, I'm just teasing you, girl. I'm pretty nervous about that one too. I've read Vivian Lorette and it was just okay, but
Same.
This one was Crystal's pick, and I want to give her another try. So we'll just see though. I like some very difficult characters. So favorite was Some Winter's Evening by Erin Langston. Of course. Oh my gosh, that one's so cute. Glad you like that one. Everyone who is watching, those are the parents of the heroine in the next one. Did I get that right? No. Yes. I think I'm right about that. Yes. This couple is the parents of the newest one she put out. Because he's a lawyer in this one. He becomes a judge later on. But so that one's cute. Love it. I mean, Erin Langston, she only has like 3-4 things out. They've all been fantastic. Oh, and The Bride. Yes. Love The Bride. So glad. I actually just reread The Bride 2 months ago. Because I think, was it Lisa? No, it wasn't Lisa. Maybe it was Komal who did. I think Komal asked me to annotate that one. So I just reread The Bride and it was great. Loved it. I only read one this week. It was The Spy Who Loved Me by Adra Richards. Yes, I heard you talk about that one. I am going to make a mark of that, Linda, because
I think she's on KU. I'm going to look.
Yeah, when you give them 5 stars, it gets me very excited. So while we're going through the rest of these favorites, I'm going to ask everyone the next question so you can start typing it. Because like I said, we don't want this to be too long. So my other question was, did any of the prompts anyone who followed the prompt, did one of the prompts get you to actually read something you wouldn't have read, but you did for the prompt, and did it work? Because I always am interested in that. I know we don't have to use our prompts, but they're fun. So did any of the prompts get you to read something you wouldn't have read? Or did you, if you just ignore the prompts, that's fine. But if they did, and tell me which one it was so that I can make sure to keep it next time. Rachel, you vlogged, right?
I did, yes. I am about to film my last clip for the vlog, and then I think I'll just edit it tonight. I think I should be able to do that. So maybe it'll be uploaded tomorrow or maybe Tuesday at the latest. Cool. And then I'm planning on actually kind of jumping right into another vlog because I'm going to have some days off that I didn't plan for because we're supposed to get like a literal snowstorm.
Yeah, I know.
So, which has never happened.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to film how much can I read in 24 hours?
Right. Yeah.
Have a countdown and then pause it every time I stop reading,
Nice. Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Because I've done 24-hour vlogs before, right. But it was more so how much.
Well, you're doing other stuff.
In a span. It was from 8 p.m. one day to 8 p.m. the next day. Mm-hmm. And then I would be really sleep deprived. So, right. I was like, wait, let's change this up a bit.
Sure. Take 3 days, but 20, but actually reading when you're during that time. That's a cool thing. I like that. That. Shan, I was vlogging, but it's my normal Patreon vlog. I didn't do separate vlogs. So my patrons will get that. But I don't really put regular like vlogs on mine anymore, just because then I have to be filming 2 vlogs at the same time because I always have to put out a Patreon vlog. So
Yeah, that can be your extra content. That's like built in then. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, that's behind the paywall. Sorry to say, but that's what we got to do. Then we got to do it. I was just whining about taxes again, so we gotta do what we gotta do.
Right.
Yes, so Bride is amazing. Okay, Holly, you loved The Other Guy's Bride by Connie Brockway. Well, that's exciting because the only Connie Brockway I read was not the greatest, so I would love other ones to try from her. So that sounds cool. Thank you for putting it together. Oh, you're so welcome. We'll definitely do another one for sure. This is great.
Yes.
Because people get busy and it's tough to do stuff. But as I've said, I want to read more historical romance. And I got through 6 this month, which is cool. That's like right on my pace because I made a goal for the year to read 60. And that means reading 5 a month. So hopefully I can keep up with that. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes you're in a mood more than other times. So, but there's already 8 of them a year that I have to read for book club. So there's 8 right there. So, let me see. You personally like the Vivian Loret. Well, there you go. You don't have to shrug, Lexi. You can love that one. I'm glad. That means I don't have to be as nervous about it. I liked them better. Hopefully you will like it. We will see. The Crystal and I decided to on book club. I haven't made a poster yet, but it's going to be February 12th. So people still have almost a month to read them all. So,
and me and Lisa still have to decide when ours is. So
yeah. Oh, okay.
So you have time,
right? The prompt for Raz pick, but you DNF that one. Yeah, that's okay. I probably wouldn't have read it otherwise, though. Well, fair enough. Well, Rake Appreciation Society, great. You picked up Rogue of Fifth Avenue by Joanna Shoup for the American prompt. Great.
Love that series. Love that series. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I knew I wouldn't be able to read much this week, so I just read what I planned on reading anyway. Okay. I did start the next book in the Audra Richards, but I'm not enjoying it as much. Good to know. Good to know. I'm going to look at mine because there was a few, because my goal for the whole thing, this was just me. I tried to pick, for the most part, I wanted authors that I hadn't read before and or they were our book club books. And that I pretty much did do that. Because there was, well, I guess that's not true. I read a few authors I'd read before, but they were books that had been just sitting around for a while. So the prompt that I liked the best, though, was honestly like to have the medieval one on there because I never try to read those. I'm also pretty proud of I like having a maid man or woman one on there. And yeah, Set Outside US or Britain, I always think is a good one too. So I didn't get to my Set in America one. If I would have read my Lorraine Heath, I would have almost had a blackout. I only would have been missing one. So, but I didn't get to it because there was no audiobook for that Lorraine Heath. Dang it.
Oh, yeah.
I meant to say that because I ended up picking, I ended up finishing that Shanna Gallen that I started the other day as a filler audiobook. I finished it literally 15 minutes ago because I was almost done with it. And that's the one with, it was another blind hero. And he had some pretty bad PTSD though. So his dad wanted to put him in an asylum, and the heroine actually helps him learn like Braille, basically. It wasn't called that. Well, it wasn't Braille because Braille that's a proper noun. It was made by someone, but a type of writing for the blind, so that he could still like read and write again, which will impress his dad a little bit. But also we found out in that one too that like he was assuming how mad his dad was at him. His dad was scared of him because his PTSD was causing him to wave pistols around. So it's fair enough. He shot a hole through the ceiling and he, so He wasn't in the space to be able to explain that to his dad. So it's one of those where, like, I understood the dad's perspective of, PTSD isn't a thing then, and you have your son who is hiding under the bed and tries to shoot you whenever you come in. What are you supposed to do with that? So yeah, but I ended up really liking that one. I gave it 4.5 stars, I think. So speaking of Raz, the next one is It Had to Be a Duke and the Silent Duke. Yes, Candace, those are the ones. Your favorite prompt was probably the time ones too, because it made me branch out of Regency. Nice. I like that. Next time, I think I might add like all of the time ones, because we talked about a couple other times. Like I want to put in next time. I want to do like an ancient one as an option, and I want to do like I might do the Stewart time there. I might do too, but those are optional. People can pick what they want. But I think it'd be fun one time to do one and literally like read through the time periods, like literally just as a challenge for myself, like to have there be different ways to be challenged by it. Like you could do where you try to read a book in every one of those, as well as you could build your own bingo board with them or whatever. But I think that would be cool too. Because like I said, there's a Viking one I've read before. Like there's some that are really cool. So, oh wait, sorry, I didn't even read this. I put it on to say, can't read Rachel and Lisa's book because my library doesn't have it. Oh, yes, and it's not.
Rachel, I bought them.
You did?
Yeah, I bought them. Aren't they so pretty?
They're so pretty.
They're so pretty. I bought them. I was like, fuck it.
Oh, yeah. They're gorgeous, Lisa. I have the first two. I'm about the third one yet. But I bought it on ebook after we read the second one. The Earl Who Isn't came out it came out the week before we had book club, actually. So I bought that one right away too. But
Lisa, you were frozen for a second. I was like,
she was. Okay? I know.
Yeah,
she
I'm frozen. I'm sorry. I froze and I just sat there in silence for like.
Yeah. No, my point being, like, the covers are gorgeous. We gotta support the covers like that.
I know. So, anyways, I bought them because Rachel was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start reading it," and I'm like, "Okay," and then I just bought them.
Yeah. Well, and it is a bummer, like Shan said. I wish that she did have audiobooks for those. I'm sure eventually she will, but she's producing them herself, I think.
She only has an audiobook for the first one.
Right.
Yes, and I listened to that audiobook. I thought it was very well done.
Oh, yeah. That's how I read that one. I read that one just on my own, like, whenever it had come out.
Yeah.
I had been hearing great things, and I liked it. And, I mean, the second one was just even more, like, oh, so good. But I'm excited for the Earl Who Isn't too, because the setup for that one, I'm intrigued. But
you led into it like you didn't like it. You're like, yeah, the second one was just, and then
I loved it. I mean, Courtney Milan likes to drag you around by your heart the whole time, so it's not like fun. Yeah. It's not like it's fun. It was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling the truth. She's an angsty bitch, man. Courtney Milan, I've never read one that's like easy to get through. Like they're either like very painfully like hitting you over with religious themes and religious trauma, or with like shaming of people and mystery. Like they are painful, but I love it. These ones are much sweeter though. Like the Beaufort, like it's much sweeter one, but the second one, it is pretty angsty, but it's very sweet. So
I'm excited.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll like it. But the Earl Who Isn't, I need to read. But once you guys read that one, I will need to come to your book club, because I have a fan theory about the second book in my heart that it secretly connects with another book world. I'll tell you about it. Just my own personal thing. Fun. Yeah, just because of some stuff that happens in the epilogue of that one. It's really beautiful, and I was like, I secretly think Courtney Milan's a fan of this author and is connecting them because I connected them.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Have you ever thought of like inviting her to like a live show or something?
I haven't. I haven't read her in a while. So like, because we only restarted our book club in summer last year.
Yeah.
So, and we're doing quarterly now. So we've only had 2 meetings so far. But yeah, I haven't had a historical romance author on in a while because they're very shy people. I will tell you that. Most of the historical romance authors are very shy, introverted, because, I mean, just being honest, if they're a trad pubbed author, they don't have to be super public because they handle that for them for the most part.
Yeah.
So getting people to talk to you, it's usually going to be indie authors who are used to having to, pimp themselves out to talk to you, I mean, that's just the truth. Like, they're used to have to do interviews, even if they're like nervous about it. But I did interview Jennifer Ashley, and it was probably one of my biggest fangirl moments besides like Pam Godwin interviewing her, because I definitely cried in front of her. That was great. For real. I watched talking to her about Ian Mackenzie. I literally cried, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm crying right now, but I love this book so much. It's so important to me. I was like,
I'm pretty sure she loved that though.
Yeah, she was.
To get a reaction.
Oh yeah, she's so good. And I'm so sad that so many of the people aren't just focusing on historicals anymore, but that's the point of this stuff. Okay, let me read a couple more comments instead of just ranting here. I would love for there to be a time era theme. That would be so neat. There are so many fun eras. I mean, maybe next time one of the bingo boards is that, because I did have fun making some, and I could make a 9 square board that was those, because the thing is with the time period one, you can't do a whole board of those because you would have to read, well, not that people have to read a whole thing, but the minimum you'd have to read would be 4 books if it was the only time, and that is a lot. But if it was a 3x3 board, someone could read 3 to get a bingo.
Yeah.
And if I just did the time periods, because I think I can find 9. I mean, there could even be one that's doubled. Like, I could double Regency one, since that's more common. And then I'm going to put that in the notes next time, because that could be fun. I'll still always do a build your own board option, everyone, I promise. But it is fun. Like, I liked having a pre-made board this time, as I said, because I wanted to challenge myself. Because normally, it's fun to go for the blackout, so I just make my board match what I'm reading, and then you do. Like, that's why I first made build your own boards a thing way back when I first did. And every readathon I've done since, I've offered that. But I was like, it is kind of fun to have to try to fit this as a challenge, so, because otherwise I could just read whatever, which is fine. But you maybe need to buy all 3. Yeah, they're gorgeous. Support authors who have photographed covers is what I'd say too. Especially like diverse covers, like those are gorgeous. Ugh.
Yeah.
Jennifer Ashley's books are so good. I need to finish them. Yes. Someone read Ian Mackenzie for the first time. Oh, I think she's sleeping. Steph did. Steph read Ian Mackenzie for the first time. Always makes me so happy to see people do that. So, let's see. What about you guys? I didn't even ask you. Did you guys follow the prompt boards? What did you guys like? Did you use them for anything?
For me, well, I'm like always loosey-goosey with with bingo boards, but what was fun and a bit of a surprise for me was so I read the first 2 novellas in this bind up, and I think it's really interesting that I haven't checked the time periods for the other 3, but these 2 novellas are in interesting time periods because Sierra Simone's was 1710, so that's the Stuart era, and then Eva Lee's is in 1767, which is that Georgian, or that might still be before?
Yes. Oh, that's Georgian. I believe 1730s is where that one starts.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's Georgian by then. Yeah, he was the king for a long ass time, so he goes.
Yeah. So that was fun reading because I haven't read a Georgian in a pretty long time.
Yeah, Georgian's almost 100 years because there's multiple Georges. It's 1714.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 1714 to 1811. So it's not just for the length of one king. Like, we think that because Victorian and because Regency, but like Tudor's multiple people and the Stuarts are multiple people. So yeah, that one's almost 100 years. But
cool.
Yeah, anyway, what you said there. But okay, so that was cool. There were some dates you didn't anticipate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's fun. Lisa, how about you? Did you just read whatever you wanted?
I just read whatever I wanted. I didn't really pay attention.
No, that's hey, hey, I just do it because it helps me when I can't decide what to read. I like having
Yeah.
a thing because I have so many things I could read. I'm like, but if I have a challenge, I'm like, nope, I gotta read this one. I gotta read this one.
Yeah, for me, the challenge this time was reading books that I physically own, because there always will be a ton of books that I want to read that I don't physically own, right? But yeah, this time I was like, I really did just stick to books that I have on my shelves, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I like doing that too.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. All right. Well, anything else anyone wants to talk about? Any other fun things? Tell me. Otherwise, we'll let everyone wrap it up here. But just wanted to see, Jen. Another fun prompt would be reading a connected trilogy or a quartet. Oh, okay. That could be fun. That would be like a challenge all its own, I think.
Yeah.
To someone who would do that. If you want to binge a whole. I think it's funny too, because I feel like I used to do that way more often. I would just pound out a trilogy in like a weekend.
Right.
And I don't do that anymore. It makes me sad. I don't do that anymore. You know, I would just pick one and be like, oh, I'm going to read all 3 of these. I'm going to read all the brothers all at once, or like do this or whatever. And now I like don't anymore.
Me neither. Yeah.
But yeah, it's good stuff though. But all right. Well, thank you, ladies, for co-hosting with me. This was so fun.
Yeah, it was so
And yeah, I'm so glad that our book clubs could come together. I'll speak for me and Crystal that we just really want to keep historical romance as relevant as we can, at least in our like communities, because whatever's happening with publishing, like it's never going to be gone. I just want to remind people again, that's my whole crusade with this, is to be like, it feels discouraging when we're not seeing what we like to read reflected on shelves and stuff, but that doesn't mean it's gone. It only is gone if we like stop talking about it and stop reading it. Then yeah, things will disappear, but there's thousands of authors who write historical romance, and we just got to find them. We just got to dig for them. So yeah, it's great. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for joining. Stay warm, stay safe, depending on where people live and what's going on. And we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.